Never ends. The nonsense never ends. It never can. And I meant to make this video a long time ago, and I was gonna make a couple videos because there's a lot of people who they might be intrigued or interested in YouTube. How do you do YouTube? What are different ways to do it? Is it difficult? Is it a lot of work? Is it easy? How much, and most importantly, how much money can you make? These people making reaction videos, how much money they make? If you have 1 million views, 1 million subscribers, how much is that? If you have 100 subscribers, if you have 1,000 subscribers, how does the pay work? Is it based on viewers, views, subscribers? What is it based on? So I think I'm going to make a couple videos just breaking down how to become a YouTuber and how to make some money from it. Now, the first thing before I start this, hit the like button. XDN wins. You should know that. But I also want to make this video right now because YouTube just sent this email out to all YouTube content creators. And it says that starting in February of 2027, February 1st, YouTube is doubling the primary performance thresholds for new creators to apply for their partnership program. The partnership program is how you get paid. Now, when I started my YouTube channels, it was August 2022. So exactly 4 years. I want to say, yeah, it was exactly 4 years from as of this recording. And when I signed up to get monetized, basically to be able to make money off your videos, you had to get 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 watch hours. Then I want to say like a year later, they cut it down to like 500 subscribers, and I think it was still like 4,000 hours. Now, February 2027, they're changing it to 8,000 hours. Now, if you're a brand new channel and you're not famous, you're a regular person, it's hard enough to get the 4,000 hours. Now they want you to get 8,000. They're making it harder and harder for people to get on here to get paid. Anybody can have a YouTube channel. That's not changing. But to get paid, they're making it even more difficult and even more work. YouTube is already difficult enough. If you do YouTube for real, you know what I'm saying. YouTube is not just talking and uploading videos. No, that's if you're lazy and you don't actually care. If you're trying to actually build an audience and actually make money, it's a lot of work, especially when you're not famous. If you're famous, you have an audience, you should be able to monetize quickly. If you can't, then you're just an idiot. But if you're somebody who's not famous, trying to build your YouTube channel, it can be very difficult. There are some people who are plants and puppets, as we know. They're industry plants in this. You have people on YouTube, they got 3 videos, but they got 1 million subscribers. How? This person's not famous, no one knows them, but somehow you got 3 videos, 1 million subscribers. Who is this person? You go on their Instagram, they got 800 followers. How you got 1 million subscribers on YouTube and 800 followers on Instagram? What? Plants. Now, in this video, I want to talk about, I wasn't going to make a video of how to make a YouTube channel. If you have a profile, you just click on settings and it says create a channel. You have your channel already. There's people like, how do you make a channel? If you have a YouTube login, you have a channel. You just go into the settings. For example, you go here where it says where my icon is. Yeah, and it would just say make a channel. You click on that and make a channel. So these are my 3 main channels: XDN Reacts, which is what we're on now, XDN Sports, and XDN Wrestling. Now, my XDN Wrestling channel, this was my gaming channel, but I changed it to wrestling because gaming is very volatile. Another big part of YouTube is picking what type of channel are you. Do you talk about music? Do you talk about sports? Do you do gaming? Do you talk politics? What do you talk about? It's very important. Now, when people say, okay, I want to make money on YouTube, what should my channel be about? Your channel should be about what do you know a lot about? What can you talk every day about? I know a lot about hip hop, sports, wrestling, gaming. So that's what my channels were. It's not a such thing as, but like, what topic pays the most? There's no pays the most topic really. You know what pays the most? Getting your personality out there. You know what pays the most? Building your channel. It don't matter what you talk about. Now, I would advise, there are certain topics that YouTube is very sensitive towards. If you have a channel talking about politics, you might have a problem growing because they're very sensitive, especially when you talk about Big 45. They're very sensitive. But having this channel, if you've been following me on this channel long enough, you know that they're sensitive about hip hop. If you make a video, and this is very real, and there are other YouTubers who can tell you, if you make videos roasting Puffy about his trial, they'd push you an algorithm. But if you make a video talking about how Eminem's a racist, all of a sudden your video goes into an extra review and they holding back the monetization. It happened numerous times to me. So there's little sensitive topics. There's another thing people don't know. If you make a video on YouTube and you put Lear Cohen's name in the title, you will probably get demonetized, or the video will get demonetized or limited, because he's the head of YouTube Music. You can't talk bad about Lear Cohen. I made videos about him, didn't cuss, didn't break a rule, and just because his name was in the title, the monetization got taken away for that video. So you do have to watch certain people you talk about. That's a real thing. Now, let me go here. A lot of people's question is, well, let me start here. When I started my 3 channels, this channel, I started, it should say the date. I started this channel July 14th, 2022. And I'm at 5,000 subscribers because my channel has been shadow banned numerous times. My channel has been demonetized numerous times. I've been doing this for 4 years. I should be at 20,000, 25, 30,000 subscribers. Whenever new people find my channel, they always say, how did I just find you? If you find, this is another thing about YouTube. If you find a new channel and the channel's been around for years, and you're like, I like this person. How come I've just seen their channel? That person's been buried in the algorithm. So you're fortunate if you stumbled across them. Now my channel, it says I have 100 videos, 67,000 views. That's because I had to delete all my videos, which killed all the views. My views was in the millions for 4 years. But I had to literally, if you've been following me, I had to take everything down, then re-upload. So I'm just now re-uploading my videos. And they're still shadow banning me in the algorithm. But my channel is monetized again, which they took away my monetization numerous of times with a bunch of false flags. And a lot of these groupies, it's nothing but YouTube. When you talk about certain people, you'll get flagged. There are a lot of groupie fans. Oh, I like this rapper, and you criticize them, so I'm going to report your channel, even though you didn't break a rule. But this is the world you're living in. You have a lot of bitches and homosexuals. I worship this rapper, and you talk bad about them, so I'm going to report you to YouTube. And the YouTube support is not real people. You're speaking to AI. And they will flag your channel because a bunch of groupies flagged your channel and reported you. XDN Sports, I started this channel October 7th, 2022. And it was the same thing with this channel. I had to take every video down. Both these channels had millions of views. Not videos that did a million, but if you total my videos, it was in the millions. And I had to take them all down, damn near restarting all of them. This was my gaming channel, which is now a wrestling channel, because another thing, people talk, what do you talk about? A big, really the 3 categories I think are very profitable and have a lot of potential is if you talk hip hop, sports, or gaming, or if you talk wrestling. And once again, politics, but you have to be careful with politics on YouTube. This channel's another one. I take a lot of my videos down. I started this in August. So this is the one I started in August 2022. So I started all these in 2022. And when I started YouTube, I was just seeing, like, what is it about? I was the same way as a lot of people. YouTube, like, how do you make money off of this? How much you get paid? And when you first start your channel, obviously you're new, so you're not getting paid. It took me, I started this channel, XDN Reacts, in July. I started my channels July, August, October of 2022. It took me 1 year to get all 3 channels monetized. And the way I did that was I had to upload videos every day. But the thing about YouTube is you have to get the watch hours and the subscribers. The fastest way to get subscribers for me was I did shorts. When I first started YouTube, I just did shorts. Shorts. And that's what gets you a lot of subscribers fast. The problem with shorts is it gets you subscribers, but it doesn't get you the watch hours, because a short is going to be, at the time, I think shorts were still 60 seconds. Now they're like 3 minutes. But to get the 4,000 hours, you have to do long form videos. So a lot of times you might get a couple thousand views on a short, but your videos might do nothing. You might do a short that gets 10,000 views, but you do like a 10-minute video, it gets 60 views. And it's like, what the hell? But this is YouTube. You have to keep building and building and building and building. It took me 1 year to get all 3 monetized, and it was a lot of work. Literally every day for a year, I uploaded. Every day for a year, I uploaded 3 videos on all 3 channels. So literally, I think I was doing 90. I think there are months where I did like 90 to 120 videos every month for all 3 channels. And then I finally got monetized in the summer of 2023 for all 3 channels, I believe. Now, when it comes to getting paid on YouTube, you do not get paid based on how many subscribers you have. You do not get paid even on how many views you have. The pay is really when you make a video, how many people watched for how long in the video. You could have a video that has 100,000 views, but if people clicked off of it in 10 seconds, that means they didn't see any ads that played during the video. So YouTube. It's not a one answer. It's really about, to make the most money, you have to have a certain amount of views, and you don't have to have 100,000 to get some sort of money, but you have to have a certain amount of views and watch time. So it's not an exact science. Oh, if I have a million, people think, people will Google, if I get 1 million views on a video, how much is that? It varies. It varies. And then it also depends. If you have a video, for example, this is a hip hop channel we're on now. If I do a video about, let's say, Eminem, if I do a video about Eminem, if I play his music, immediately they take the money. So let's say I do an Eminem video and it gets 1,000 views, 100,000 views, 1 million views. If his music is playing, automatically Eminem's record label gets the money, not you. Now, unless you're a puppet, and there are a lot of puppets for Interscope, they'll split the revenue, or you don't need the revenue because you're getting paid. A lot of these YouTubers who glaze these rappers are being paid. They're in creator networks. That's another video I'll make another day. The creator network scam. Well, if you talk good about this person, we'll upgrade your equipment and we'll push you in the algorithm. I got those emails. Industry plants is a real thing on YouTube. That's another video, the creator network scam. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, but if I make a video about Eminem, but I don't play his music, and I'm just speaking, then the revenue is mine. Now, you do have to, certain things, you have to watch your language. You can't, YouTube has like a rule, like you can't cuss in the first 2 minutes or it affects your monetization. They don't want you saying certain harsh cuss words. They don't want you making certain innuendos. That's why a lot of times, like for example, on this channel, I just did a video, Nas Exposed Queens. And in this video, I'm reviewing a Nas song and I read the lyrics. A lot of times, if you watch my videos where I go over lyrics, I'm censoring the lyrics, which makes it sound funny. But I'm censoring because YouTube, they don't want you saying certain words, especially repeatedly. So there's a lot to go with YouTube that you wouldn't know unless you were doing it. Now, the main question people have is, how much money can you make on YouTube? Like I said, it varies. But here's another question people have, because people, they want money the fastest way. So it's like, a lot of questions will be, so when you finally got monetized, how much did you make on your first check? Okay, I'm going to show that. The first check I was supposed to get was supposed to be around the month I got monetized, which I believe was July 2023. The problem is YouTube has a thing where they don't send you a check unless you make at least $100. Now, there's another thing about YouTube. You can look at your numbers and calculate and all this stuff, and you're like, oh, I'm going to make this much this month. But they cut your money and they take like 60% of your money, and then there's taxes in your money. Because when they send you a check, it's a real check. And also, to get paid, you have to give your social security. It's like a real job. You have to give your personal information. So the taxes come out and they get their cut. So then after that, whatever they give you is what is left over. And if you don't make $100, for example, I had months where I was way over the $100 threshold, but they took their cut and then taxes, and then they didn't send me a check. They didn't send me a check. And they said, well, we're holding your money till the next month. And then there's been times when I'm supposed to get a check and they held it for 3 months. Or I remember, I want to say it was like December 2024. I had from, I think, October, November, December, I had the most views ever on my channel. I was supposed to get a check for like, I don't know. I think at that time I was supposed to get a check for maybe like $600. And this is YouTube money. And they said, oh, well, there was an error in our system. And I was like, what are you talking about? And of course, you're not talking to people, you're talking to AI. What do you mean there's an error? Oh, well, we're going to hold your money to the next month. So literally December, which is, holiday season, I had to wait till January. January came, and then they said, well, there was a problem with your account, so we're demonetizing your account. So literally the biggest check I was going to get, I had to wait an extra month. And when the other month came, they demonetized me, saying my channel was using like repetitive content, which, what the fuck is repetitive content? Repetitive content is supposed to mean you're stealing other people's content, which I never did. All my content is me speaking, my thumbnail. I don't use anyone else's thing. I don't play music, but this is the games they play. So a lot of times YouTube is like a regular job. You work for the check and you don't see it. But let me get to this. Now, when I first got monetized, actually for this channel, I started this channel in July 2022. I got monetized in, I guess, June. And when they monetized me, the money I'd earned was $49. So that means I was not going to get a check that month. So you get all excited. I'm monetized. How much do you make? 49. 49. All this, I did all this work. I did 100 videos a month for 3 channels, and all I'm getting is $49. And then you're not even getting it because you have to get 100 to get sent the check. So then it's like, okay, I wait till July. So then July, I made $42. So my ending balance of June, July was 91. So literally, I get monetized in June, but they don't send me a check. Then July, it's not 100, so they don't send me a check. So I had to wait till the 3rd month of August, and they sent me $121 after they took their cut and taxes. So my first YouTube check, after a year of work, doing 90 to 100 videos every day for a year, they gave me $121. Now I had good views, and also at this time I had videos that doing 10,000 views. It's not nothing huge, but when you're a small channel, when I got monetized, I had like I had the 4,000 hours, and I think I might have had like maybe like, I don't know, 1,700 subscribers. So it's a small audience, but I was getting 10,000 views. I had a Mano video that when Mano did 10,000 video views. I had 50 Cent video. I had videos doing 3, 5, 10,000. You know, it's a small channel, but for a channel with 1,000 subscribers, you're getting 5,000 views. That's you're overachieving. Right now, my channel, 4 years later, I'll be lucky if I get 1,200 views. And my content is better than it's ever been. And I have an audience of people who donate to the Cash App, who follow me through all my 3 YouTube channels. But I'm shadow banned. Now, do I make more than $121? Yes. But is what they pay me worth all the work? No. No. But I make much more than this. Like, for example, in this month, August 2026, I'm going to get my biggest check that I've probably gotten in like, I think I'm probably getting the biggest check I've gotten in since like maybe like last November or something. And that check is not that huge. I don't want to say what it was, but it's much more than $120. But like, and I'm getting that with just my Reacts channel doing good, and my former gaming channel doing okay. My sports channel is demonetized. If my sports channel is monetized, my check would be Goliath compared to this. But my XDN Sports, once again, they false flag me. There's nothing to worry about on YouTube. You can make videos. It's literally you talking. Your face is you. But they'll say, oh, well, we feel like it's repetitive. Okay, how is me talking repetitive? It's YouTube. You talk. But they've been doing this to a lot of channels. There are channels who have millions of subscribers who, well, we're demonetizing you. Why? Well, we feel like you're repetitive. What are you talking about? YouTube tells you, if you go to YouTube and you say, okay, if you go to YouTube and you're like, how do I build my channel? How do I build an audience? They tell you, talk about the same thing in the same niche, in the same category. So they literally tell you to be repetitive, and then you are repetitive, which I'm not, but they literally tell you to be repetitive. Talk about the same thing in the same category, in the same niche, and build a niche, which means they're telling you to be repetitive. So then if you were, then they tell you, we're flagging you for being repetitive. This is YouTube. So if anyone has any questions, leave them in the comments. Anything else you want to know, I'll make some more videos about YouTube. Let me see. I wrote some notes here. I might make a video of like, you know, if you make, for example, if say you want to have a YouTube channel, like, you know, how do you record? How, like the screen like this? How do you get the screen like this? And all, you know, or like, you know, a lot of people, they want to do YouTube, but they don't want their face on camera, which I understand. People want to be, you know, they want to have anonymity, or some people are just cowards. But no, I think faceless channels are good. But now the thing about YouTube is they're banning people for not having your face. That's why if you've been following me, I've been having my face more often on the channel, because they're now banning people and taking away their money for not having your face. So now YouTube is forcing you to show your face, which I never mind. You know, if people follow me, they'd be like, you know, a lot of times be like, how come you don't show your face, whatever. The reason I didn't show my face in the past is not because I was afraid, you motherfuckers can't beat me in a fight and you can't shoot better than me. The reason I didn't show my face is because it was more convenient for me to just get my phone, record, and make a thumbnail, and then I got other things to do. It was convenient. I'd make a you know, if you've been following me, I'd make a video. Most of my videos are like 8 minutes, and it's just my voice talking and a thumbnail of the topic, and then upload it. It was easy. It was very convenient. Well, of course, YouTube has to make everything more difficult. So now you got to show your face. So now I got to set up everything and move everything and do everything. This is why. You can't be convenient with Google. You just can't. And yes, you have to pay taxes when they send you a check. This is a real job. This is why it's always funny when the idiots in the comments is like, man, this ain't a real job. Great. These are motherfuckers. As usual with the internet, people talk in the comments are always people who are full of ignorance, don't know what they're talking about. If you think YouTube is not a job, do what I do. Try doing this for real. This is why, this is a hip hop channel. A lot of times I will roast and clown Vlad TV or roast and clown whoever, but I roast and clown them for their personalities. I've never clowned Vlad TV for the work he did because being a YouTuber, I know how much work it is. If you notice that, I've never clowned YouTubers because I know what it takes. Even if you don't like somebody, I know what it takes to do this. So if I clown them, it's not for the work because I understand the work. Vlad TV did his work. If you don't like him or not, it don't matter. When it comes to doing the work, he built his channel, however he did it, because it's a lot of work to do this. So I'll clown his personality and his nonsense, but I've never clowned his work ethic because you have to have work ethic to get any dollar out of this. And that's what YouTube is, a part-time job. If you want to make money. Now, if you just do YouTube for fun and you don't care about money, then you just do it. You can just do whatever video you want, whatever. But if you want to do this for money, it's very strict guidelines, and you have to do this every day. Unless you're famous. If you're famous, you can do one video every 2 weeks. But if you're not famous, you have to literally do this every day or a few times a week. It's a lot of work and a lot of dedication. And most people do not have that. Anyway, if anyone has any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm up out of here. Subscribe to all my channels. Subscribe to my, or follow me on Instagram at XDNOnline. And if you want to support the channel, of course, you can donate to the Cash App. It's XDN Wins. And that's another thing about YouTube. You can make money from your check, but, YouTube allows you to promote your Cash App, promote, other ways for people. And this is another reason why people are like, why YouTube is always asking for Cash Apps? Cash App. They're not begging for Cash Apps. YouTube does not pay you. They damn near rob you. That's why YouTubers mention PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, because YouTube is cutting away creators' pay. You work this hard to not see the money you work for. That's why YouTubers promote their Cash App. They're not begging. But guess what? People who complain about when you mention Cash App, these are always broke niggas. It always is. It's always broke niggas. Oh, why are you saying that, man? Shut up. What are you going to do about it? Did you wash your ass today? And they promote Instagram, or they'll have their merchandise in when you scroll under the video. It's because YouTube forces you to maximize some way of finding revenue because they don't pay you like they used to years ago. I got on YouTube late. They was paying back in 2012, 2015. When I got on, that's when they start slashing, and now they're slashing more because they're going to make it even harder. So if you want to be a YouTuber, you better do it now, because when it comes to 2027, getting 8,000 hours, first of all, this channel we're on, XDN Sports, there's some more BS. They kept flagging my videos. So I said, okay, let me delete them. Then when they gave me my monetization back 3 months later, they said, well, we're not going to give it back to you because you don't have the hours. So I have to literally start from 0 hours on this channel and get to 4,000. You know how long it's going to take to get 4,000 hours? Right now I think I'm at like 1,400. I'm not going to be able to get the 4,000 hours probably until like maybe mid-October. And then they might monetize this channel again. So it's going to take that long to get 4,000 hours. Imagine how long it's going to take to get 8,000 hours and you're a brand new channel. Anyway, if you have any comments, like I said, leave in the comment section. I'm up out of here. That is it. XDN, no matter what, yet and still, XDN wins.